Hello, welcome back to my channel. I am truly zonked, the experimental experiential something. Okay, whatever that was supposed to be. Alright, I have a special episode planned out for you here. Well, we'll see how the plan goes. But what I wanted to demonstrate to you today is how I tested the strengths of various armor with numbers. You see, I've got something very dangerous looking here. A little briar patch, shall we say, of 8 spike traps. Spike traps are one of the only two traps where you can actually hurt yourself. Other traps, the other trap that can hurt you is the bow trap. Any other trap, you can just walk right into and it doesn't do anything. And we can discuss that at another time. But what I wanted to do here was to use these spike traps to measure how much damage is done to each different armor type, and then track how long they last and what kind of damage they're taking over time. Now I've got these chests over here, and ignore this stuff over here. But what I've got is, if you look here, I've got 2 pieces of bone armor, 100% each, 2 pieces of stick, 2 pieces of leaf armor, all 100%, 2 pieces of armadillo, and 2 pieces of metal, all 100%. The reason why I only have 2 pieces of each is because doing this kind of testing, we're going to be stepping into the spike traps. They only damage our legs. So we really only need to put armor on our legs and to track what is happening here. So, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be starting at leaf and working through stick, bone, armadillo, and metal. And I'm going to reload each time. And then I'm going to be inputting the numbers into a spreadsheet I slapped together. And so we can show you at the end, what it's really doing and give you a nice visual, numeric comparison. So let's start this off. And we're going to start off with the leaf armor. And it'll serve as a baseline. If I can manage to get both of them into my... Okay, so 2 leaf armor at 100%. Let's put these babies on. And okay, so this is what I'm going to be doing. And I'm going to try and make this as painless as possible, but I want you to understand. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to step into a trap one at a time. Now, it's going to randomly hit either the left or the right leg. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to trigger each trap, and each time I'm going to swap over to a spreadsheet that I've made up and plug in the new durability percentage. And that'll give us a calculation of how much was lost each time, and then we can see, how long they last overall. So you'll see, it'll make more sense. I'm not going to be able to show you the spreadsheet until the end, but maybe I will. Okay, we'll figure it out. All right, so here we go. We're going to step into our first trap very carefully. Yep. Okay, and if we examine that, let's broken armor. That broke right away. That took 1 hit. So leaf armor is very weak. Let's see what happens if we step into a second one. Yeah, we actually hurt ourselves there. I told you, it randomly hits either the left or the right. So, next one. Okay, yeah, you really didn't like that. All right, you know something? I think that's good enough. We already demonstrated leaf armor will fall apart in 1 hit from the leaf traps. So let me, hold on one second. Okay, so this is the spreadsheet that I made up. And what this is doing is this is tracking for each time we step into a trap. We can enter on either the left or the right side, whichever one takes the hit, whether it's leaf, stick, bone, armadillo, or metal. And what I'm going to do is right now, so we went into one trap, and on the left leg, we were left with 0%. So this isn't calculating the way I expected, but it's not important. We'll get to it, and I'll probably have to fix something as I go. I've never been super with Excel, but in any case, so yeah, leaf, it's really just a test bed. So hold that thought. Okay, so I've just reloaded the game and reset all my traps, and we're going to go ahead now with the stick armor. If I can fit the farking things in my pack. I don't want them to touch the ground because I don't want them to lose any percent of durability, because this test really only works if you're starting from 100%, or else you really just don't know what kind of damage you're taking. Okay, so I'm now wearing 2 pieces of stick armor, 100% each, walking into the first trap. Okay. So the right one did not get hit. The left one took a 50% hit. Okay, so hold that thought. Okay, so what I've done is in the spreadsheet here, I put in the new total. And the new total was 50%, which showed us that it hit for 50%. Okay? There's going to be something interesting happen, and hang tight. Okay, let's hit the next trap. Let's see which one took the hit. Okay, so the right still didn't take a hit. And so a second hit took 40% and left it at a durability of 10. So this is what I was saying was interesting, is the subsequent hit for less damage. You'll see. Watch how this plays out. Okay, so what I've done is I plugged in the new value, and it gave us how much the hit was for. Now, for that one, we could do that pretty easily in our heads, but it gets a little weirder the higher up you go, so you'll see. Hold on. Let's try another trap. Let's see if we can get the right leg to go this time. Okay, the right leg took the hit for 50. So that was trap 3. With new total. Let me see, let me mark these totals. So that was 100 because it didn't take a hit that time. That was 100 because it didn't take a hit that time. So this time it went down to 50 for trap 3 for a hit of 50%. And let's see what happens if we try a fourth. I want it to please just hit the right leg. And it did. It went down to 10%. Okay, so hold that. Okay, so I plugged in the new total, which is 10%, which shows us a hit of 40. And I'm just going to plug that in. That's still 10%. Right. So yeah, okay, there was no hits on the left leg for those. And if we step into it one more time, it's going to break the armor. So I'm really not sweating it. Actually, we'll do it just for the sake of completion. Okay, so trap 5. That hurts. Which one did it? Okay, so that hit finally broke a piece of armor. I'm not going to do it a second time because we just know that that's what'll happen. So if I go back now, that was on the left leg. We're going to show that that was a new total of 0 because it broke. And it shows us that the damage was the remaining 10 points. And we'll just do the same thing for here. All right. So, okay, let's go ahead and save that for the moment. Okay, let's go ahead on to bone. Okay, putting on our bone armor 100%. Again, that was reloading the save, so our traps are reset one at a time.
Get the fuck off me!
Which one took it? Okay, so the right didn't, and the left went to 70%. Bone left 70. Oops, wrong cell. Bone left 70 for a total of a 30% hit. And this one is the same, as is unchanged, that is. Let's take a second one. Okay, so the right one took a hit, so both now are at 70%. Okay, so each one of these, the first hit was 30%, and now we'll proceed forward. Okay, so the right did not get hit, left did. Its new total is 44%. Okay, so right is still 70. Left is now 44. That was a hit of 26. And this is the interesting part that I'm getting to. I mentioned this before, like if we looked at the stick, the first hit was for 50%, and the second hit was for 40%. On this bone, first hit was 30, and the second hit was 26. Keep watching that. Fourth trap. Okay, got the right. So now both of these are at 44%. Okay. I do have to say, this is kind of tricky to make this video like this at bouncing back and forth between a game and an application. Okay, next trap. Which one did we get? Right is 44. Left is 20. Alright, so the right is still 44. And left is 20. Next trap. And one of them broke. Okay, so I've gone ahead and plugged in the new total durability, which is 0, because it broke, which shows that the hit was for 20%, the remaining 20% from the previous hit. And this is what I was talking about, I find really interesting. So we start off at 100%. The first hit was 30. The second hit was 26. The third hit is 24. And the fourth hit is the remaining 20%. For some reason, each subsequent hit does less damage to the armor as it goes on. I don't understand what the meaning of that is, but we're just going to leave that the way that it is. And I'm not going to go ahead to finish destroying the bone armor. We're going to move on to Armadillo next. Okay, let's put these bad boys on. And let's go for a swim. 70%. So the right went down to 70. Okay, so left is still 100. And the new right value is 70 for a hit of 30%. So look at this here. The first hit on both Armadillo and Bone Armor are each 30%. Remember that. Hold that thought. Next hit.
Get the fuck off
Which one
me.
got it? Left is still 100. And the right is now 44. Looking familiar? Okay, so the left armor is still 100%. And the right armor is down to 44%. So if you look at the... Oops. Am I reading this right? Yeah. Right. Okay. Yes, I am. Sorry. I needed a moment there. Right. So first hit on Bone knocked it to 70. Second hit on Bone knocks it to 44. So for here, first hit on Armadillo knocks it to 70. Second hit knocks it to 44. Trap 3. Left is just dodging everything. Okay, so right Armadillo is now down to 20%. All right, and so left is still 100%. Right is now down to 20%. So if this follows pattern, that'll break on the next hit. And that does appear to have happened. And she's gone. Okay, so left is still 100. And the right is 0 for broken, which means a hit of 20%. So you got to ignore these pre-calculated numbers. The way I made this spreadsheet, it doesn't work right until you actually plug in how much the new total is for. So what's most important is to pay attention to, the final hit here. So just like the Bone Armor, the first hit was 30%, then 26, then 24, then 20. So the second hit is 4 points less, then 2 points less, then 4 points less? That's not quite a curve, is it? Okay. All right, we'll figure what that means after. So hold on. Okay, so let's put on this metal armor. 100 and 100. First hit. 82% and 100. Okay. So the left was 82 and the right was 100. For a first hit of 18%. Trap 2. $65 and 100 still. All right, so 65 and 100. Trap 3. Helps if I look and see what the value is. 82 and 65, so 65 and 82. Okay, so 65 and 82. Trap 4.
God damn it!
65 and 65. 65, 65. Trap 5.
Ah!
Now it looks like a little tiny bit of damage is still squeaking through that, though. I'm healing from something, even though the armor's not broken. That's interesting. I never noticed that before. Okay, so 50 and 65 now. 50, 65. Trap 6. Yeah, we are still definitely taking a hit of damage on that. I never noticed that. I mean, it's very minuscule, but it is getting through. 50 and 50. 50. Oops. 50. 50. I got a feeling I'm going to need to extend this column down. Trap 5. No, 7, sorry. $50 and 35. 50, 35. Last trap. $35. 35, 35, 35. Okay, I wasn't expecting to use up all the traps. Let me reset these really quickly. Well, I'll be right back. Okay, all 8 traps are reset. Let's take the next trap. So this is trap 9. $22. 35, 22, 35, trap 10.
Get the fuck off me!
10 and 35, 10 and 35, trap 11. 10 and 22. 10, 22. Trap 12. 10, 10, 10, and 10. Trap 13. And it is broken. One of them. Okay, so the left is broken. And that one's still 10%. And we're not going to worry about breaking the last little piece here. So, we can definitely see the pattern going on here. That, let's see, if we focus on the left leg only, because, you know, just one leg at a time, to try and sort through this. So, with the leaf armor, it only took one trap. And I want to bear in mind, this is without knowing how much real damage it's doing with each hit. And without knowing if there's a difference between the hit that you take from a trap versus a jaguar versus a warrior spear versus a warrior arrow, etc. I don't know. What we do know, though, is if we just test it with something consistently, we can show a pattern. And using traps, Leaf took the least amount of hits. One hit and it broke the armor outright. Stick, it took 1, 2, 3. 3 hits with stick armor to be broken by traps. With bone, it took 1, 2, 3, 4 hits to be broken by traps. The Armadillo armor, left leg didn't get touched at all. Armadillo is 1, 2, 3, 4 hits, and that broke. Same as bone. Metal took 1, 2, 3. Wait, which one is the one that actually broke at the end? Yeah. Okay, so let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that? And 7. So it took 7 hits with a trap to break the metal armor. So if there's ever any question, absolutely, metal is the best you can do. Stick is fine for a pinch. Leaf, just why? You know, that's in case you trip and fall. And I don't mean fall. I just mean you stumble and what I was stopping. So stick is great in a pinch. Bone or armadillo are very serviceable and equivalent to each other. Metal is top tier. Will last much longer. Definitely worth it. So there we go. There's actual numbers and demonstration of armor side-by-side comparison. I hope you found this video enjoyable and informative. This is Truly Zonked. Thank you again for joining me. Please like and subscribe, and you stay healthy and take care.